Your complaint indicates there's nothing about a $1,200 offer. I don't know what this whole offer thing was, and I'm not necessarily, at least at this point, going to get into it. But there was no agreement between the parties. And assuming she's, say, a tenant at will, or that you would change a condition of her tenancy, that you gave her properly 30 days notice to up her rent, yet you filed a complaint that says that the rental rate is 1,600. Frankly, so that's false.
Okay.
Then you don't say you say no rent is due, right?
Which item is that, sir?
Pardon?
Which item would that be on the complaint?
Look on your complaint, paragraph 5, C and D.
And wait, Jimmy John's is part of this too? Fast food trash mixed with tenant trash? This is a mess, literally and legally.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
yes, sir, I overlooked that. I'm sorry.
Then, so if, as you're indicating, you purchased the premises, if she were a tenant there, what happened to her previous security deposit?
I don't know that I have no idea. I have no idea if she paid one.
I did pay one, that's why I feel.
Well, hold on. Just hold on, ma'am. Just
What
take
I,
a breath, please. All right. How much did you pay as a security deposit?
Was 2,400.
Thank you. So if you purchased the premises, you would have had, she was still in the unit. That means you purchased it subject to, I'll put it in legal terms, her leasehold estate. You then become her landlord, which means that then you are the one that is responsible for the holding of her security deposit. So where's her security deposit?
I have no idea. The previous landlord told me she hadn't paid for 13 months.
That was
And-
a.
I don't,
I'm sorry.
And he told me he had no
I don't,
security deposit.
I don't care what the previous landlord said.
Yeah.
But if you took subject to a leasehold estate, you would be required to figure out, I've got a tenant in there, have they paid a security deposit? Because then you're the one that would retain it, or he's got to return it to her. But I don't know how you ask her for another security deposit, because here's what would end up happening. Presumably, you've taken that $2,400 security deposit. That security deposit that is she previously paid, and any security deposit the tenant paid, is never the landlord's money. It belongs to the tenant, which means that if, as you want in this complaint, for her to pay another 2,400, that means she would have theoretically a $4,800 security deposit. Even if I were to permit you to have the $1,600 rental rate, which I don't think can be imposed, you would only be able, 16 plus 8 is what, 24? The maximum amount of her security deposit could be 24, which means that you would be charging her twice the amount of a security deposit that legally you could require that she pay, which is going to subject you to damages.
Okay.
So that's where we are. Be honest with you, I think you bought this property without fully thinking through what you needed to do. You can't force this woman to do certain things and just automatically like appear at her door and claim that your rent has gone up by a third
Yes, sir.
on my say so.
Yes, sir.
Where in the heck does the $4,000 come from that you're saying that she owed? Oh, that's the 1,600 that you're claiming, which is the improper rent plus the improper security deposit.
Yes, sir.
That's where they comes up in the notice to quit.
Yes, sir. I wanted the 1.5 months security deposit plus the $1,600
You
a
need to
month.
go to the previous owner and find out where her money is. Because you're supposed to be the one now that's taking over a leasehold estate. You're the one that's supposed to retain it. And you're supposed to give her a notice of where you're retaining it.
Is she required, sir, to provide proof that she gave a security deposit to the previous landlord?
Yeah, I have my previous.
Hold on.
If you were the judge, would you give more time to the landlord to fix it or fine the city for poor planning?
You are requiring her to do some things and shifting the burden to her. I will call upon her to provide proof when it's necessary to provide proof, but I don't see anything in the beginning of this that you did that's right at all. Have you asked the previous landlord if he has their security deposit?
I did not, sir.
See? And so now what you want me to do is ask her whether or not she paid it. Quite frankly, I'm going to say this to you. Not sure what she wants to do. But what's going to end up happening is both you and the previous landlord are end up getting sued. So my question becomes, what do you want to do with this case?
Well, indeed, if she paid a security deposit to the previous landlord, and it looks like the security deposit I asked for is no good.
Well, but where is her money? The security deposit, did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
The security deposit belongs to the tenant and is to be held by the landlord, but it's her money.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to find it.
Okay. So I would need to contact the previous owner and see what.
I don't know what you would need to do. All I'm telling you is somebody needs to find out where her money is.
Okay. I'll contact.
Moreover, the complaint, while you certainly could amend the complaint, the one thing you cannot amend is the notice that you sent to her. That notice has numbers in it that make no sense based upon what I've just told you. However, you did file a notice that on its face looks valid, so I can't necessarily dismiss this case on subject matter jurisdiction. However, if you wish to proceed with this, you need to understand that at the very end of the complaint, and pursuant to the court rules, that you're signing that complaint under penalty of perjury. That information has to be true. I don't think that any of this is true.
Okay.
So you can make your decision as to whether or not you want to proceed with this case or not.
Well, I think it might be better to dismiss it and pursue possession.
Well, because she asserted her rights.
Well, because if she
I
put
mean, sir, get what you did.
Yeah.
You went to this woman, told her, based upon some representation that somebody else made about whether she's paid rent, not knowing the circumstances. Not sure that was any of your business, but that okay. You took the place, didn't get her security deposit, asked her for another security deposit, and then try to increase her rent by a third.
The lawyer says, we'll kick this back a couple weeks. Sounds calm, but do you think that's fair to the tenant who's been driving miles with garbage?
So here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week. You think about it. You try to figure out. I'd suggest you go get an attorney. Because if she turns around and files a claim, you're going to have a heck of a time. I'm just going to be honest with but that's going to be your call. I am not, because it's not in her interest. She's unrepresented by counsel. I'm not going to, and she's appeared. While you're moving to dismiss, I'm not granting your motion to dismiss at this time so that she can also pursue whatever remedies she may have if she chooses to do so. So I'm going to adjourn this out to November 7th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That will also be an in-person hearing. And I am not precluding the two of you having a conversation, provided you want to approach her as your equal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day, ma'am.
1 p.m., November 7th.
1 p.m., November 7th.
Thank you.
Pleasant Lake Park versus Christopher Denoway.
Good afternoon, Judge. David Morris on behalf of Plaintiff Pleasant Lake Park, LLC.
Your name, sir?
Christopher Genoviak.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm a little hurt today. Had to step out of the hall. I'm a recipient of a SSDI at 100% since March of 2020. I just got some things I want to read. I don't know how protocol is around here, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
Well, it doesn't start with that.
Just start with this.
No, it doesn't.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It does not start that way.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks for your time.
Judge, this is our second hearing on a non-payment of rent matter. Current rent to retain possession is $495 with fees of $75, costs of $110 for a total amount of $680. We have had some discussions, but no payments have been made, and parties were unsuccessful in finding settlement. I should note, Your Honor, that it appears an answer was filed with the court, but I did not receive a copy.
We'll get your copy.
Thank you.
All right, sir, what did you want to tell me?
Okay. So they're not doing maintenance to force the default. I've spoken with an attorney, like one of those free attorneys that you call on the number they give you on the form. I called one of them. They're like, yeah, you have like a brilliant retaliatory defense. I guess he's trying to do default and to quit. I guess I got the notice.
Do what?
I guess I'll just read what I have. I'll read what I have.
Well, let's not.
I don't want to jump the gun here, but I did. This kind of makes more sense. So they're not doing maintenance to force the default. They did not board up holes, but they set traps and they put poison outside the unit, like when they should have just boarded up the holes. This creature, it's like a rodent. It's like nesting underneath my bedroom, like my bedroom floor. The skirting was never fully pulled back when he promised me that. We both saw this creature and he set traps that were too small. Like, and then he put poison outside the unit. He never pulled the skirting back to put poison on its nest. There are multiple entries around this unit. Please, let me continue. I'm really sorry for wasting your time. We really shouldn't be here.
Ma'am,
So the skirting.
sir, you're not wasting my time. I'm getting paid.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm unemployed. I lost my job like a few weeks ago.
Okay, go
Because
ahead
of
with your,
pain and
go
stuff.
ahead,
I know, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead with your reading, please.
So the traps are too small. And Mr. Weasel, that's the name. That's the person trying to evict me right now. It's Mr. Weasel. Mr. Weasel and I both saw this rodent or creature, not at the same time, but it entered out of the lake. My rental unit is up against a small wooded line about 15 to 20 yards, and then there's a massive lake. So we both seen this creature. It is fat, it is large, it's like a gopher, it's like a beaver rodent creature. So there's 10 points. There's 10 points, almost done.
The judge keeps it classy, but you can hear the disbelief in her tone. How has no one in Michigan seen this issue before?
So the traps were too small. He put, and we both saw it. We both know it's big. So I was trying to do walkarounds, and Mr. Weasel usually just sends his maintenance dude just to do the maintenance. And this maintenance gentleman is a kind man. He also lives in the park. And this gentleman also works for Mr. Weasel at the landscaping company. And let me point for Mr. Weasel to send out this maintenance dude, he has to pay him double time. So he's a maintenance, maintenance man is an employee twice for Mr. Weasel. So we did schedule one walk around. But I was late returning from cleaning up a church festival. I spent 9 hours at a church festival on Monday morning. I was cleaning. We had.
So if they get rid of this
And I wanted to.
animal, then
Yes, sir.
we're
Yes, Judge. Yes,
we're
sir.
all good.
We're all good. And let me just I have a couple more points. I know this is really going into banana
Do you
town.
know anything about the animal?
I did set up a trail cam.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
But I don't want to use that. I need to finish my points. So he never contacted me. He was on the property twice doing maintenance that wasn't completed, and he never contacted me when I was in the house.
Sir, I'm going to stop you.
I know, I'm sorry. This is.
No, I'm going
I'm
to
just being-
stop you. That means stop talking.
Yes, Judge, sorry.
Counsel, do you know anything about this animal?
My
Okay, I have no idea what that means.
we've heard of the issue, but my client has not set eyes on any animal. The animal at one time maybe was a mouse, and then a rat, and a cat, and then a beaver and a badger. And so my client knows nothing about any real animal. Traps were set, the skirt was tightened on the manufactured home. He has been out, or his management has been out on multiple occasions and has responded to all legitimate requests. The defendant
Sir, you need to turn around and face the front and not wander.
I understand the defendant set up trail cams. We've received no footage. We've received no recording. We've received no audio file, no video. The defendant claimed over the phone that there's hours of critter noise every night. There are neighbors to the defendant.
Let me just stop you for a moment. Might it behoove your client to just
Board up the holes that are super obvious. I'm sorry.
I don't know
just
at
read it
what
once.
point I said I needed help with my sentence.
I know, I'm sorry.
Then you need to sit down and be quiet. Be quiet then if you can't sit.
Yes, Judge, yes, Judge. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. Yeah, stand still. I know. I just gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving sometimes. Sorry. I know, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Might it behoove your client to just hire a company to come out and look and make a determination based upon evidence that they see as to whether or not this creature exists or not? Because quite frankly, if there's a company that goes out and they tell me, yes, there's an animal, then they can tell you how to eradicate it. If they say there's not an animal, we're going to be at a point that there's not an animal. And apparently not one that grows from a mouse to a beaver in no time at all. I've never heard of one in Michigan, but we'll see. All right. So how long, do you think your client would be interested in doing that, counsel?
Yes, Judge, I think my client would be happy to get an extermination company to come and write a report.
Yes. How long do you think it would take him to do that? Because I can put this over to the 7th or 14th. What would you? And I'm going to order escrow. So
Thank you, Judge. I think the 14th would be
a better thing.
better.
What does that mean? What does order ask for?
So I'll explain that in a moment.
Sorry.
I'm going to adjourn this to November 14th, 2025 at
2 p.m.
at 2 p.m. That will be an in-person hearing. How much is monthly rent? This
Monthly rent.
portion,
Monthly rent is $1,250, Your Honor.
but portion of it is paid.
Correct. There was
What's his portion? Do you have Section 8 or something like that, sir?
Just SSDI.
So you pay your full rent?
Yeah, I got, I'm not employed now because of the noises underneath my bed. every night for 3.5 months. Like I can't sleep. I can't sleep at
Okay,
all.
your monthly rent is how much?
1250, Judge.
$12.50. All right, I'm gonna order escrow in the amount of $1,250. That is to be paid.
Quick question for the audience. Should tenants still pay full rent if their basic trash service isn't even possible?
Within 7 days of the date that it's ordinarily due.
I have.
You have to, and what I mean by escrow, sir, is you need to bring escrow to the court, that's funds. Pay them to the court until this is resolved. When you bring it to the court to pay, the 1,200 must be in cash. We do not take checks or other forms of money. Understood?
Not understood. I have additional comments that I'm not sure if he just wants to like evict me in the future again. But the bathroom floor is sinking by like 1.5 inches. Like there's like a hole in the bathroom floor sinking. There's like a hole. And I've already made this maintenance request. And actually, so there's an animal. I found this out about 2 nights ago because I had missing food. There's an animal entering my living room through the vent. This is a trailer from the 80s. So like this past week, I've had like, and I know exactly which vent it is. I've complained about that. So like there's now an animal entering my vent that I found out 2 days ago, and it's been eating my leftover food. It's going into my living room. This is a super old trailer, like massive. There's holes all around. He's already boarded up 10 feet on the main stairs. He's boarded up 20 feet on the south side, and I'm asking for like 8 to more 10 feet.
What is your next point?
So my next point is this trailer. So here's my official request, Judge. I want a state inspector. I want something from the state.
Then if you want
because
a
I think-
state inspector, you can call them and have it inspected.
Yeah, okay, so super. And then I'll find out about this private inspector in the future. Is that what I should be expecting? Because I want a state inspector.
I'm not gonna tell you to expect anything. You
Okay,
say
right.
you want it inspected.
I
you
want an
call and
inspector. I want
Find
a
out
state
whether or
inspector.
not somebody's going to inspect it.
The
What's your
bath-
next point?
My next point is the bathroom floor sinking. I think this unit should be condemned. It
Okay.
should be pulled off the
We
property.
all have our thoughts and our process. I
Right.
don't know.
I'm going through that process right now. I'm just.
Okay,
I'm a green
wonderful.
thumb, so, but this unit needs.
Is there
it's
another,
derelict.
is there another point?
That was Judge. I appreciate your
Is
time.
that it?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Pat,
Judge.
check the bathroom floor, please, counsel.
Yes, sir.
Check. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for your service.
Chris, we'll be in touch about, we'll give you some notice before we come.
Don't, hey, come here. You walk out of here with respect, whether you like me or not, I don't care. You will not treat this courtroom that way. Am I understood?
Yes, Judge.
Now you may leave and you will leave in an orderly fashion. Go.
Yes, Judge. I'm.
Go. Was that the end of that block? Thank God. All right, court couldn't stand in recess. We'll be back unless somebody wants to go right now. Yep, didn't have any volunteers. All right, thank you.
All right.
May be seated.
Yeah.